Meeting. This is a meeting of the school board held in public and not a public meeting. The school board will allow expressions of public comment on actionable school board agenda items adhering to the guidelines established by the school board as it aligns with the Indiana law. A person who wishes to address the school board on actionable items should have completed the appropriate form with all request information and submitted to the school resource officer at least 5 minutes before the start of the meeting. And for patrons who wish to speak on non-actionable items, you'll need to contact Mr. Rainey and be placed on the agenda of the next regularly scheduled meeting. And all requests, as a reminder, must be received by the Wednesday prior to the school board meeting. Again, welcome everybody. Glad to have you here. And if you'll stand, we'll start with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we just pause and acknowledge you and ask for your blessing on our time together. We ask that you will give us knowledge to conduct the school's business, that you'll watch over the safety and the health of those in our school district, and continue to give us guidance in all that we do. And we ask all this in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right. We'll start with the minutes, and I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the August 11th, 2025 school board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. And we've got special presentation recognition.
Yes, to start off with, we have the livestock judging team. They are headed to Kansas City for the American Royal Show here, October 15th through the 20th. You'll vote on that here later on in the meeting, but I guess we'll turn it all over to you. Welcome. I look forward to hearing the presentation here. Hey, real fast, do me a favor, just each of you, before you start, are you going to introduce yourself during the okay.
So to start off our presentation, we're going to all kind of introduce ourselves. This is our junior team and our senior team. Our senior team is the one that will be going to American Royal and competing. So I'm Kylie Trent. I'm a senior. I'm on the senior team. You guys can...
Corbin Will, I'm on the junior team.
I'm Eli Weasley, I'm on the junior team.
I'm Zoe Trent. I'm in 7th grade and I'm on the junior and senior team.
I'm Alexia Will, and I'm on the junior team.
I'm Chris Hall, I'm a senior, I'm on the senior team.
I'm Emma Hosfield. I'm a senior and I'm on the senior team.
I'm Mason Reed. I'm on the senior team. I'm
Can you go to the next slide?
Alright, so this is what our regular season typically looks like. This year, we were lucky enough to have 15 members on our team. 9 of them were eligible for 4-H and FFA, and then 6 of them were eligible for 4-H only. So that's younger kids and then homeschool people. And then overall, we have 4 Indiana Invitationals, 4 collegiate, 4 regional, and then we have 2 teams that qualified for state this year.
The Indiana State contest results for the senior team, which would include Macy Reed, Chris Hall, Kylie Trent, and Zoe Trent. They won 3rd overall. They got 1st in sheep and goats, 8th team in reasons, and then 8th team in cattle. For the junior team, which would include Merrill, Miller, Weekly, and Wilt, they got 5th overall, 4th in team swine, 4th in sheep and goats, 5th in cattle, and 6th in reasons. The individual results would be Kylie Trent. She got 4th overall, 1st in sheep and goats, 14th in reasons, and 14th in cattle. Macy Reed got 10th in sheep and goats. Lane Merrill got 13th individual, 11th in sheep and goats, 11th in swine. And Parker Miller got 16th individual, 7th in cattle. And Corbin Will got 14th in reasons.
So this is the American Royal. So it was Chris, me, Zoe, and Macy that all qualified. So top 3 from the state contest get to go to the 3 majors, which are American Royal, Denver, and Louisville. So we ended up being able to go to Kansas City, which will be in October. Unfortunately, since Zoe was in 6th grade when we qualified, you have to be 14 to be able to compete at American Royal. So Emma Hosfield will be replacing Zoe's spot. This has kind of been a goal, especially for me and my sister, to be able to compete at a national contest. When my parents started the team, that was kind of the ultimate goal. We really wanted to do it with my brother, but he ended up graduating and we didn't get to, so that was kind of me and Zoe's goal. So we've finally done it, so this is kind of what we're presenting.
So our agenda for the trip, we plan to leave October 15th after school, which is a Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're hoping to hit some stops in Illinois on our way to Missouri, just to get some practice in before the contest. And that Friday and Saturday, we're going to meet up with Purdue's judging team to get some more practice in and workouts, just to make sure we're ready for it. And then Sunday will be the contest, and we plan to head back that next Monday.
So that's our presentation, and then if there's any questions, we'd love to answer them.
So Kylie, tell me about the reasons portion of it. Is that exactly what it says it is while you're judging them the way you are?
Yes, so you get a class, and there's 4 animals in the class, and you have to place them, and then there's officials, and you get judged based on how close you are to the officials placing. But before you even know how officials placed it, you have to go into a reasons room and present why you did what you did, and go through and describe every animal to the officials based on how you do them.
With notes?
No, you have to memorize. You have like 15 minutes, and then you have to go and give like a 1 to 3 minute speech about it.
That's crazy.
So each one of you then has to give a 1 to 3 minute speech.
Yeah, and usually the contests at state, you have to give 6 different sets. You judge 12 classes, take notes on 6 sets, and then you have like roughly 3 hours to get all 6 sets done.
How often do you practice?
Twice a week. And then we have workouts. Once we start getting ready for contests, we have workouts roughly every weekend, going and looking at live animals in different places.
So when you go to the competition, how many other people will be? How many participants are there?
So when we go to like Illinois and we do our collegiate contest, there could be anywhere from like 200 to 300 people. A lot of the contests we went to senior division, it was averaging like 150 just in the senior division. When we went to state, there were probably like 150 again, I'd say, in the state contest. So that's about what we usually see.
Chris, what's your favorite part?
I just love looking at the animals.
Any specific breed? All of them?
We've had some graduates that have been successful at the collegiate level. Any of you have any aspirations to do that?
I know me, Chris, and Macy have all looked into multiple colleges that we can go and judge. I know Chris specifically is looking into Joliet, which is an Illinois contest, and then Murray State, which is in Kentucky. And we actually go and do a college visit there before we do their contest every year. So, yeah.
Fundraiser was a couple weeks ago, right, or last week? Where you at with the funds?
We're 100% funded. The raffle that we did picked up about 5,800, and then the silent auction picked up like 128, and then the county, the 4-H council pitched in another 25. So it's going to cost us just under 10.5 to make the entire trip, and we got everything.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming in tonight and presenting. It really helps us to.
Let's ask the junior team something. So when will you mentioned like 6th grade, you couldn't, so when's the season start? To allow you to work towards going to one of the top 3 shows next year. So after the first of the year, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first contest, I don't know if we have anybody competing in it this year, but our first contest is next weekend. It's the Boilermaker.
Okay. So it's already, okay. Well, good luck. Appreciate it. We're proud of the way you guys represent Western Boone. So congratulations and have fun.
Yeah.
And by no means do you have to stay. So, you're welcome to, but you don't.
Mr. Randy, I recognize these two a little bit. They put in a lot of time. It's their passion, I think. It's a lot of time giving these guys a great opportunity.
Yes, thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
And I will say thank you to the board and to the FFA program and Mr. Miller for all of you guys working with us. This conglomeration between the FFA program and also Stephanie Gay, who's in charge of the 4-H program. You guys made this possible. And we're doing this at the livestock judging team level, but there are other places that the same thing can work, whether it be through Skillathon or all the different CDEs that FFA does. It gives the kids more opportunity. And so you guys allowing us to work with you through all this has definitely allowed them to have more opportunities and more success. So we very much appreciate that.
Well, thank you too. Well, thank you, Brent, for bringing that up. Yes, you too put in a lot of effort, and I know there's others involved as well to help out and provide at the workouts, right? So if there's one thing we've learned over the years is one person can't do it all with a FFA program. I mean, so it takes a village, so to speak. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yes, feel free to go.
Good call, Kylie.
Yeah. I don't think there'll be any concerns with the trip coming up. So, yeah, thank you all.
All right, so we've got Dennis is up next with the update on the building project.
So we're all complete with the roof. Controls is probably 90% complete. We think within the next 2 weeks, we had our first training with our guys last week. And we discussed some small details to work out with that. And then in October, we'll be done with the control part. Auditorium's really close. They ran here this weekend doing more work. It's kind of been a grind, and we're close with that. And then tennis courts, I'm sure everybody's aware of where we're at with that. Anybody has any-
I haven't brought them up to speed on that. So they were resurfaced, and 8 out of the 10 meet our expectations or our standards. The 2 that are on the northeast where the rain occurred on the concrete, they're still not to where we would expect them to be. So we're trying to figure out a solution for that. So I'll keep you informed when we get something. I mean, in my opinion, they're going to figure out a way to grind it and either sandblast it or something, because most of the problems on the uneven surface underneath. So right where we thought it would be the issue. So when I'm told it would be perfect, it's not perfect. So we're going to continue to deal with it. So, but the teams are using it, and there haven't been any issues with, kids not being able to play while they were working or that type of thing. So they did come back. There were like 3 sections that weren't draining appropriately. They were puddling within a few feet from the drain, actually. And they came back and took those out and re-poured them last week. So we're slowly getting there.
Are they being cooperative
Oh, yeah.
with your demands?
So far, we'll see how this next step goes. But yeah, they have. The 2 that were here today understand our concerns. It's trying to get the people back at the home office to understand it. So I've asked Fred to come out and look at it and make sure that he thought that he was seeing the same things we are. So it wasn't just Rob thinking that it needs to be done, that it's also our expert that we hired to oversee it. So he's going to come out sometime this week. So,
Thank you.
yep.
And we've got the ECA extracurricular risk reports.
Yes, every year our ECA treasurers at each building compile and complete this report that they submit to the State Board of Accounts. And part of the requirements of that is that the school board and the superintendent each are given a copy of those risk reports. We don't have to go over them. No one would want us to go over them. But to meet the requirement, I'm just getting it in the minutes that you all have been presented with a copy of it to review. And this also gives me the opportunity to thank those ECA treasurers, Lori Keppel, Shannon Weekly, Jana Way, and now Alicia Threlkeld at Thorntown for their efforts in getting this completed every year. So
Thank you.
thank you.
We've also got a non-resident enrollment update.
Yes, as you all know, every September, Tammy compiles the data. And, since the states is a little bit more of ongoing and we just do it a semester, we're not too far off like when I share the reports to you. But to start this school year off, Kyle's got it up on the screen. With the 3 buildings, Western Boone Junior Senior High School has 130 non-resident transfers. Wells has 76. Thorntown has 95. The count with pre-K is 301. Without pre-K, which we would have, that would be our ADM money, is at 287. Of the 287, 191 students are from Lebanon. Next would be North Montgomery at 32, Southmont at 17, Frankfurt at 13, and then Tri-West at 9 and Zionsville at 8. So, and then there are some other singleton numbers there. A couple of things to mention here. With the numbers from the neighboring school corporations, Lebanon, we're up 43. Tri-West, we were down from the previous year, 9. Zionsville, we're up 2. Southmont, we're down 5. North Montgomery, we're up 3. And Clinton Prairie -1, Brownsburg -1, Crawfordsville -1, and then Frankfurt +3. So over last year. So if you look at our total over last year, we were at 243. and we're, as we mentioned a minute ago, we're at 287. So, 44 up overall. That's a positive, and we continue to see it climb each year. So, as you all know, we get ADM at a certain amount per student, and no doubt that that helps our overall budget and being able to provide what we can and out of the education fund. So, any questions in regards to non-resident?
I think the only thing I normally try and just keep in my own mind is how many of our students in our school district choose to go to places other than Western Boone, because there's a give and take.
Exactly.
Some of them might go to a private school or an online school. But,
Yeah, the road runs both ways. And that's what, on the state report, they had the net transfer. And we're always somewhere between like 115 and 90, depending on if it's the fall or the spring. So I'd be curious to know where that net's at. We won't get the fall net report until probably after the first of the year. But, if we can be up over 100, there aren't a whole lot of school corporations in the state that are on the positive side of the transfer. So I think last spring we were at 90, and that's always kind of, you're exactly right, kind of what we look at. So thanks for bringing that up.
okay. Anything else with that? If there's not, we'll jump into action items, and the first item is personnel.
Yeah, I would recommend that you approve personnel as presented.
These are all ones we've had a chance to look at. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Phil. About lost it again. Any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Next is business, and we're up for the 2026 corporate budget hearing.
Yes, so the 2026 notice to taxpayers was posted on Gateway and our website 10 days prior to this hearing. So we were compliant with that. We went over the budget in July. As far as the operations and the education fund and the rainy day fund, nothing has changed that we discussed there at that meeting in July. I did mention last month that I was advertising higher for debt service, and we still don't know what our assessed value is yet for 2026. So we're still waiting on that so I can get that ironed out. But by advertising high for debt service, that gives us flexibility to control the tax rate, how we want to, based on how that AB comes back. And we do have a couple years to spend to get that debt cash balance spent down a little bit too. So that's been posted out there. Before I open it up to the public for comment, I just wanted to check with the board and see if there were any additional questions about the 2026 budget before we proceed. Okay. And I guess with that, I would entertain a motion to open the 2026 budget hearing.
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Adam, thank you. All in favor? All right. And at this time, I would entertain comments from the public regarding the 2026 budget. All right, hearing none, I would entertain a motion to close the 2026 budget hearing.
So moved.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Melissa. All in favor? All right, thank you. In the same vein, the 2026 to 2028 capital projects notice to taxpayers with those plans were posted on Gateway as well as our website 10 days prior to today's hearing. Those capital project plans list our basic needs coming up. It's for the next 3 years, but we really focus on the upcoming year, which is 2026. So as you look through that list of projects, it's mainly 2026, but there are some things that extend out beyond it. I guess I did before we opened it up to the public. Were there any questions about those plans? I think one piece of equipment we added to the plan this year was a snow removal utility vehicle. Dennis and I had talked about something that can help us with snow removal on the campuses. Those other things are pretty standard: classroom furniture, technology, pieces of equipment, a mower in case we were to need it. And then some of the other projects are just carpet, roof repairs, wallpaper, those kind of standard maintenance items. So
I would just say it was nice to have the list in advance to be able to take the time to look through it though.
good. And we also maintain a 5-year capital plan. It's not a requirement that like this is, but we do have running kind of a master plan, a running list that works outside of this. This is a requirement by the DLGF to get our budget approved. So anyway, all right. If the board doesn't have any questions about the capital projects plan, I would entertain a motion to open the hearing to take public comment.
So moved.
Thanks, Brian.
Second.
Thanks, Dennis. All in favor? All right. The floor is now open to the public. All right. Hearing no comment offered, I'd entertain a motion to close the 2026-2028 capital projects plan hearing.
So moved.
Thank you, Greg.
Second.
Thank you, Dennis. All in favor? Thank you. Last but certainly not least is the 2026 to 2030 bus replacement plan hearing. Again, this plan was posted as required 10 days prior to this meeting. And I appreciate Lisa's help on this one in particular. I do think it's important to note that due to some of the property tax funding issues that we have reduced our bus purchasing plan. We had 3 buses to purchase the next several years, and we've reduced that down to 2, just because we're a little bit concerned about our funding. So that's a pretty big change. School buses are very significant in cost. So you will notice that we're planning next year and the next actually 3 years to just replace 2 buses instead of 3. Having said that, are there any other questions about the 2026 to 2030 bus replacement plan from the school board? All right. Not hearing any, I would entertain a motion to open the hearing.
Second.
Thank you, Melissa. And Adam, all in favor? All right. The floor is open for public comment for the bus replacement plan. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to close the 26 to 2030 bus replacement plan hearing.
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Thank you, Greg. All in favor? All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Next month will be the hearing where I request the board to adopt the 2026 budget. And that kind of completes the board's process. And then it will be submitted to the Department of Local Government Finance for final approval. So thank you very much.
I think my only comment on that on the bus replacement stuff was it feels like just over the historical period of the school board, or not the school board, but the Western Boone Schools taking over the maintenance and having it more uniform, how things are so much more strict on how buses are regulated. It seems like that's helped us to be able to maintain the quality of our bus fleet and have some of that flexibility. So I really appreciate the work that the maintenance folks and the mechanics and you've done with it. So thanks.
Thank you.
Jumping next.
And I appreciate Kyle's work on that. I know he mentioned Lisa and Dennis helping, but Kyle spends a lot of time on that. So I appreciate his efforts with the budget.
Yeah, definitely. Next item is 2025, 2026 non-certified compensation.
Yeah, I recommend that the board approve the 25-26 non-certified salary schedule effective August 30th. And essentially it's a 3% increase across the board.
We have a recommendation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Adam. Any discussion? Any questions? Not hearing any. All those in favor? Sorry. Yep. Thank you. Next is an insurance recommendation.
Yeah, I'd recommend that you approve the property and casualty, workers' comp and crime insurance policies as presented from September 16th, 2025 to September 16th, 2026. So it'd be Liberty with property, liability, and auto, Eastern Alliance, workers' comp, and then Chubb for the crime.
Thank you. We have a recommendation. Is there a motion? Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Phil. Any questions or discussion with that? And I know we talked about the fact that there's price pressure with those things, and it's been vetted on options with it as well.
Yeah.
So
It's an unfortunate necessary evil, I guess. So, I mean,
schools don't have a lot of small claims.
no.
When something hits, it's normally large.
Cost, and just the liability that exists with the 300,000 square foot building, just it's there, and all you have to do is turn on the news to see claims all over the country with different natural disasters that are taking place that help drive our risk up, so to speak. So hopefully we'll start seeing it downward pressure maybe.
All those in favor? Thank you. Next is the transportation policies and procedures.
Yeah, so Lisa's put together, and this has been in place for years, and it's probably falls on me for not getting it approved prior, but this drives everything that she does within the transportation department, and just felt like, if we're saying it's what we're using to kind of operate our transportation department, we probably ought to get board approval similar to the student handbook, so to speak. So I would recommend that you approve it, and I appreciate Lisa's efforts with it. If you get a chance, you can look at it and see, different how it's assigned, how it works on a daily basis. It's essentially all right there. So
I imagine it's very helpful whenever you have a new driver to be able to have some specifics as opposed to just watch and learn.
Yes, they all get if a new driver comes in, they get that handbook immediately. So,
And it's really nice to refer back to if there's questions.
yes.
Well, thank you for your work with it. We have a recommendation that the board approve the transportation policy and procedure manual as submitted. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Greg. Any questions? All those in favor? Next is the salvage list.
yeah, so Kyle put together a list, a lot of outdated laptops and other tech items. Anything specifically you want to mention, Kyle?
Well, I usually do it in the summer, but we put new smart panels at the high school, and so we had to take the old smart boards down, and they're just taking up a lot of space. I need to get them out of here. So I apologize for the second one this year, but we really need to get another pickup scheduled. So that was kind of the reason why we're doing it at an odd time is to really get that stuff cleaned up.
Excellent. So we've got a recommendation to approve the salvage list. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Adam. Any questions? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Non-resident students back on the schedule.
Yeah, we have one for this evening, and it would be Emily Meyer, Western Boone, 9th grade for this 25-26 school year.
We have a recommendation to approve that non-resident student. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Greg. Any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. And then intra-district transfers next.
Yeah, we have two, Noah Dunbar, Granville Wells, pre-K from Thorntown, And then Isaiah Dunbar, Granville Wells, sixth grade from Thorntown for this 25-26 school year.
We have a recommendation for those 2 intra-district transfers. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Melissa. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Phil. Any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Next are donations.
We have 3 tonight. We're asking for your approval. Western Boone's Girls Golf received an anonymous donation of $750. The Western Boone High School Football received an anonymous donation of $200. And the Western Boone Student Activities received a $1,000 donation from the Jamestown Lions Club. So we appreciate the support from the individuals there, and I'd recommend you approve.
Excellent. We have a recommendation for those donations. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Melissa. Any questions? I don't think, I may have had my head buried in the sand, but I'm not overly familiar with the Western Boone student activities. Is that?
So that's just the fund that Mr. Miller has over there that pays for various things related to students. Say the letter jackets that we do academic in the spring, that comes out of student activities.
Those are clubs and academics.
Okay. Great. Learned something new.
Lions Club, that's kind of earmarked. We put it in student activities, but that's earmarked for specific items that they want to support.
Yeah.
Classes and some other things that they want that money used for. So.
That's great. Thanks.
And each of the buildings has student activities.
Do we have a motion? Oh, we've had the motion in the second. I'm sorry. That was the discussion. All those in favor? Thank you. And next is the out-of-state overnight field trips.
Yeah, we have 2 for the FFA. Mr. Carroll's the assistant in there with the classroom. And so it's Trafalgar SOAR FFA Conference October 3rd to October 5th. And then Trafalgar Fire Leadership Conference November 7th to November 9th. So I would recommend you approve those 2 FFA trips.
Excellent. We have a recommendation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Thank you, Melissa. Any questions? All those in favor? And going next to claims.
Yes, we have a few to mention tonight. The first one is check number 95913 to Commercial Recreation Group. It was for $29,450, and that was for the new port-in-place surface at Granville Wells at the preschool playground area. It looks great. Been down there and seen that. Thanks to Dennis for helping us get that done. Then on 8/29, it was an ACH payment to Reiner Enterprises. The total was $13,500, and that was for a new Dixie chopper mower that we sorely needed. And then the last one to mention tonight was a construction invoice to Target Sports. That was an ACH payment on August 12th for $475,721.38. And that was a payment for the progress on the tennis courts.
Excellent.
And those were the 3 I was going to mention tonight.
Appreciate your help with that. I would entertain a motion to approve the claims for August 11th through September 8th, 2025, then as submitted.
So moved.
Thank you, Greg.
Second.
Thank you, Dennis. Any questions or other discussion on those items? Not hearing any. All those in favor? Thanks.
Thank you.
And we'll go next to monthly financial reports.
As of August 31st, 2025, the education fund cash balance was $5,490,237. Education fund expenditures for August were $1,177,749. As of the end of August, a total of 59% of the 2025 education fund appropriation was expended. At the end of August, the operations fund cash balance was $3,826,741. the operation fund expenditures for August were $513,690. As of the end of August, a total of 54% of the operations fund appropriation was expended. Western Boone County Community School Corporation has investments in the form of various interest-bearing accounts, deposits, and treasuries with financial institutions, and has earned interest as follows. For 2025, year-to-date, Home National Bank, $356,231.93 in interest. Raymond James, $4,434.64 in income, and $7,255.29 change in value. And North Salem State Bank, CD interest earned $45,348.25.
How much is in Raymond James?
It's fallen off. I don't know off the top of my head, Phil, but yeah, we're not as those fall off, we're bringing them back into our bank. So because the treasuries for a while were doing better than CDs, and now the CDs are outpacing the treasuries. So we're every 3 months those are coming off, and we're putting them either back just into the bank or into a CD here locally. So it was good for a while, but I can't remember if we're down to one or two of those treasuries left. They were a $300,000 increments. We had done 5 or 6 of them, and I think we're down to 1 or 2 of them left with Raymond James. So.
And I'm just pulled that up. Trust Indiana yesterday. I mean, we get the average, so to speak, but yesterday it was at 4.3. So it tailed for a little bit. Now it's kind of held steady for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's what we're getting. Home National Bank, just with our normal accounts right now, is about 4.3%, which is still, we'll take it.
Yeah. A lot better than the 0.1 that we got for a while, a couple of years ago. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for those financial reports as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we can look that up, Phil, and I'll let you know.
Yep. Good question, Phil. And we had in the category of other tonight.
Yeah, we have a few here. Grant personnel, Granville Wells, Diana Patino, change in position, kitchen to non-CDL driver monitor effective today. And then Morgan Pittman, employment kitchen effective September 11th. So those are the 2 under personnel. If you would like to go ahead and vote on those.
We have a recommendation for those 2 personnel items. But that looks different, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought last, and I sent that. Yep, it was my fault. So I sent last month.
So what were the 2 names on there?
Diana Patino and Morgan Pittman. Employment,
Okay.
change in position and then employment. I apologize for that.
Thanks.
I should have, Tammy asked me if I wanted her to do it. Next time I'll let her do it.
Okay, so we have a recommendation for the change in position in the employment. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any other questions?
And then under business would be the out-of-state overnight field trip for the livestock judging team, October 15th, October 16th to 17th. That's not right. It's October 15th to October 20th, based off of the request. And it's to Kansas City, Missouri. As I explained, they're going to stop along the way in Illinois to do some practice. So I would recommend you approve that.
All right. Do we need to do these 2 separate, or can we?
That would be separate because this is business and those other 2 were personnel.
So we'll go ahead and take a vote.
First.
So we've got on the personnel. Did I have a recommendation? Was
Brian and
Brian?
Dennis.
Okay. Can I get a vote on the personnel items? All those in favor? Thank you. And then We've got a recommendation for the overnight FFA trip, October 15th, 20th for Kansas City, Missouri. Is there a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Adam. Any questions? Okay, all those in favor? All right, thank you. And I think any announcements tonight?
Yeah, I have a few here. We have grandparents or grand friends at both elementaries coming up. Abby's is this week, Friday, the 12th, and then Granville Wells is the 26th. So it's like 9 to 10:30ish at both places. So always well attended and a fun morning in each of those buildings. At Western Boone, the 17th, so next Wednesday, is the community workshop regarding the comprehensive plan from 6 to 7:30. I know I plan to attend and state my opinion on what needs to be done in order for us to get some additional growth out here and increase enrollment. So, but if any of you can attend, that would be great.
That's
And
Wednesday.
The 17th. Yeah, I'll try to send that out in the morning to remind an email to all of you. And then last but not least, do an Alice drill kind of with at Granville Wells that will entail shutting down 500 South so we get to the rally point to practice, and that is on this Thursday in the morning. So I appreciate Boone County Sheriff's Office and their cooperation and allowing us to do this. So just as we always say, in this day and age, it's something that we have to do. It's sad that we have to do it, but we always need to be prepared. It's always, we have to have the mindset when, not if kind of thing, So we're very fortunate to have a great relationship in the SROs in our buildings. So that will be this Thursday morning. So. And that is all. Principals, anything I might have missed out on? Jeremy, when's homecoming?
6 in Frankfurt.
So that's coming up as well. So.
Right. Anything else for the good of the cause? I would accept a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam. All those in favor? All right. Hope you have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you.